What is the best way to keep your crypto safe? Well, in my opinion, the best way is to have it under your control so that nobody but yourself can actually access your crypto and spend it, and so that it is never at risk. That is the value and the importance of self-custody, especially in these troubling times where we actually are losing control over a lot of things in our lives and even our finances, I would say. And this is one of the big advantages of cryptocurrency, especially when compared to money or stocks, is that you can just do it by yourself. You don't need to rely on intermediaries and on nobody else. And in this video, we'll teach you everything you need to know about self-custody and how to make sure your crypto is safe. Self-custody is basically you taking control over your crypto, and it's the safest way to actually have cryptocurrency because only you can control it, and it's only you that can spend it, do whatever you want. You have no risks. You're not associated with third parties that could actually move your funds or get to them in any way, unless you share with them the seed phrase. Okay, the seed phrase is like a code on the blockchain that identifies who owns the cryptocurrency. So you have your seed phrase, and if you have the control over a certain seed phrase, you have control over all the funds that are associated with that seed phrase. And whenever you send funds, basically the seed phrase in control changes because it goes to another set of keys, another set of seed phrases. But I'll explain this more in depth and in the easiest way possible, the easiest way I can soon. But the important part is that whenever you're doing self-custody, your funds are under your control. It's like, I don't know, you have a wallet and you have money in that wallet, or you have a vault and you have money in that vault and it's locked there. Only you can access it. Only you have the key to be able to get those funds and to spend them whenever you want. So you're not reliant on any third party, to be honest with you. But of course, self-custody does come with responsibilities. So from the moment on that you're controlling all your funds, you're responsible for them. So imagine you have money in your wallet. If you lose your wallet, you basically lose all the money you have there, right? And the same happens with self-custody. If you lose your seed phrase, that is the key that controls all your cryptocurrency, you basically lose access to that cryptocurrency. Okay, so you cannot lose it, you cannot share it with other people because any other people who have it will have as much of a right to spend this cryptocurrency as you. Okay, if they have the seed phrase, the seed phrase is basically what identifies who is the owner. Okay, so whenever you create your own wallet and your own self-custody wallet, you need to keep that seed phrase safe because that code basically identifies that you are the one in control of the wallet. You're the one that actually has the right to spend the tokens there. Okay, just for you to know, a seed phrase is basically a code in the blockchain, but for us mortals using this seed phrases, you'll see it will be a set of words that basically unlocks the wallet, and that allows you to spend whatever it is in the wallet. Okay, and the great part is that you can do self-custody in several different ways. You can put it a hot wallet in your browser, and you can do it from the internet. You can do it straight from your computer. But imagine for some reason your computer goes down, then you need to have your seed phrase so you can put the wallet into a new computer and spend your funds there. Of course, while the wallet is in the computer, they will still request you a password to spend your funds, and you should not share that with anyone as well. But the reality is that there are plenty of advantages of self-custody when compared to other assets we could have in real life, like for example, money, cash. If you have cash and you have cash at hand, that's great, it's yours. As long as you have your cash in your wallet or whatever it is that you keep it, you can spend it and there's no liabilities or third parties. But from the moment, for example, you have your cash in the bank, that is no longer true. Your cash is associated to the risk of the bank going down, of the bank running away with the money. If you share it with a third party, you have a new risk. And that cash that is in the bank is not really yours because you cannot really get it easily. You cannot just go to the bank and ask for a transfer in the same day of all the money you have. You need to wait for them to give you the money. So at the end of the day, the cash is not really yours until you have it back. In fact, what the bank does is to get that cash and lend it to several different people. So that's a risk, and a risk that you need to consider if we are in a situation where banks are in problems, like the situation we have right now with this crisis. For stocks, the same things happens. Why am I comparing crypto to stocks? Well, crypto is actually money, in my opinion. You can actually spend it to acquire goods, whatever you want, services, whatever you want. The truth is, it also has an investment component. It's not really a component, it's just that crypto is recent and it will start getting adopted by its characteristics. And as more people use crypto, more people want crypto, more people demand crypto, the price of cryptocurrencies will increase. It's the same that happens, for example, to copper. The more people want to use copper, the more the price of copper will increase. So even though it's not an investment, it has that price fluctuation that is natural to any good in our economy. So as such, and because if you believe in crypto and that it will be adopted, the price of cryptocurrency will of course increase significantly. But that being said, stocks are right now many times compared to crypto, considering the returns. And the reality is that if you are investing in stocks, the truth is you don't own stocks. So the stocks you have is just representations. The stocks are actually held by companies, by third parties. I advise you to take a look at a book called The Great Taking. And in that book, you can see how everything works. Basically, the companies are holding these stocks for you, and you just have like a paper that is a representation that you earn part of that pool of stocks. But the reality is that if something goes awfully wrong, the truth is you won't get your stocks. They are not truly yours, and this is not speculation. This is written in the laws that were created across time, and you can check that in that book, The Great Taking. I'll leave the link in the description for you to read. It's a very interesting book. If you don't think of it as a conspiracy theory, but you actually search to look at what they're saying and search to look for these laws in the law, because the book is based in principles that exist in our law, you will see how worrying it is, a situation, because the stocks you own and you think you own are not really yours. They are only yours if you have the paper, the document that states that you own the stocks. But having it online on a platform, the platform is the one in control, and if the platform goes down and there's no money to bring it back, the reality is that your stocks will be lost for its creditors. Right now, I think you kind of know how self-custody works. You can create your wallets and you have that seed phrase. The seed phrase, you can spend the funds inside the wallet, the crypto that you put under that wallet, and it's only under your control. You're not exposed to any third party. If you have your crypto on Binance, on Coinbase, or on any exchange or any centralized institution, even if it is like Nexo, that you can earn some crypto, you can earn some interest on your crypto. The reality is that it's not your crypto, not your keys, not your coins, is what we always say in crypto. And it's true. If you're not in control of the crypto in your wallet, then it's not actually yours. You're subjected to risk. And the reality is that while it's good to be empowered and to have that extra amount of safety because you're the only one that risks your crypto, you still need to be, as I stated before, educated, because if you do anything wrong, if you lose it, if you send it to the wrong person, it's your liability, it's your fault, because it's self-custody, okay? So that's also important to understand if you're willing to take that risk. But please do bear in mind that it's worth to be educated, because nobody wants your best interest, your self-interest, your well-being more than yourself, because you're the one that will live with the consequences of doing something wrong to yourself, while the other people, they might feel bad for harming you, but at the end of the day, if they need to choose between them and yourself, they will probably choose them. So always remember that. So instead of rushing to trust a third party because it's easier, sometimes it's better to get educated and to have the responsibility to have the control over your life. So I do advise people to do that, to not want things so easy and to not be so completely dependent on others and on third parties, and to try to take more ownership and responsibility, because at the end of the day, responsibility, it's work, but it's also freedom, it's also power. And if you are trusting third parties, you're giving up your freedom and you're giving up the power and control over your life. And at some point, when the decisions of the third parties do not satisfy you, you will have no way to react, no way to answer to them, because you're an hostage and you don't no longer know what you need to do and how you can do what you need to do to be reliant only on yourself. You might learn it if something goes wrong, if something goes badly wrong, but why suffer unnecessarily? Why not start taking ownership and control right now? I think that is the key, and that is what you should choose to do. And right now I'll explain you exactly how you can do self-custody. Of course, self-custody will depend on the blockchain you're actually using. So for example, if you take a look at Ethereum, one of the most used blockchains for self-custody, you have the MetaMask wallet that is relatively simple to use. You can check it out here in the official website. I'll leave the link in the description. Always check the official website, because sometimes what happens is that there are scams and other websites to try to lead you to create a fake wallet and put your crypto there, so be careful with that. But once you have the original website, you can just download the browser extension, and you can start creating your own wallet or just uploading a wallet if you have a Seedphrase. And from that moment onward, you can receive and send crypto to your wallet. I'll show you, for example, here how you can do it with Nami wallet for Cardano, for example. It's very simple. It's going on here in the screen. And Nami is a very simple and easy to use wallet if you want. On Cardano, if you're just starting, of course I prefer Eternal, but Eternal is a little bit more complex, and so I think it's better to start out with Nami and feel a bit more comfortable with the process. And whenever you're ready to give the next step, you can move on to Eternal wallet. These are very simple wallets that you can have from your browser. Those are browser wallets, hot wallets. They are pretty safe and much better than exchanges, but still they are not the safest way you can store your crypto. The safest way is probably with hardware wallets that are not in any way connected to the internet. Okay, these wallets are little devices, as you can see here, that you can actually store your cryptocurrency. They still have a seed phrase or a recovery key, whatever you prefer to call it. And basically you just need to see what is a model for you. Okay, there are several different models, as you can see here, both in Treasure or Ledger. There are two wallets that I think are good. There are more wallets, some are better than others, of course. These ones are pretty respectable. There have been, although, some issues with Ledger and some of their features, and some controversy, let's say, because at some point in time they had a breach in the data. The wallet didn't got breached, but they lost some client information. And there are also some issues with a feature they wanted to put in to recover your seed phrase, which would be very risky. And some issues as well with the Ledger Live app. They had some bugs, some attacker in the Ledger Live, so people using that app would have some issues at some point in time. They corrected really fast, but that's something to consider. But Treasure, it's in itself much safer, but you just need to see what are the compatible assets in your wallets. Okay, so you just check your Ledger, you check your Treasure, the different modules, and you see what assets you have from which blockchain, and you just try to find a compatible one. And then it's very simple. You order them, they get into your house. I'll leave 2 links in the description. They are affiliate links. They will, of course, help the channel, and if you're lucky, you'll have a little bit of a discount as well. So if you want to help out this channel and get your hardware wallet because it's safer, then please click on those links and just buy it there. Those are the actual Ledger and Treasure websites. That's very important, because at the end of the day, there are also scams. Sometimes people try to, scam you with a treasure or a ledger that they have actually opened up and got the recovery key for themselves, and then whenever you get those, they have the recovery key and they can control your crypto. So that's really important to make sure that you order from the right website, and then whenever it comes, everything is sealed and nothing has been opened. But now that you have everything you need to store safely, all your tokens, all your cryptocurrency, I think it's time for you to take a look at this video here at the end screen, where I share with you some of the tokens I think have the most potential for the next bull run. The video is here and on my side. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for all the support. And I'll see you in the video about the top 5 Cardano projects with the most potential.